You want to sit down? Hello, I'm Amy Reynolds. I'm a certified Iyengar yoga teacher here in Cleveland, Ohio at Green Terra Yoga and Healing Arts. Usually, but given the current circumstances, I'm here with my two children, Jillian and Ian. We're all a little camera shy, so we're doing our best to offer a little bit of family yoga today. Really just yoga, but we're a family, so it's family yoga. I'm basing our lesson today off of Yoga Shastra Tome 1, Volume 1, that's available from iNows. And I also, if you're in the neighborhood, I have extra copies if you want to stop by and pick one up. You're more than welcome to join along with us. But let's get started today. We'll start out in Sukhasana, easy seat. So go ahead and, Jillian, why don't you join me sitting with your legs crossed? Can you face this way?
Yes.
Don't be shy. It's okay. Bring your hands to rest on your thighs. Let your hands rest on your legs. And sit up tall. Good. And keep sitting up tall even when you close your eyes. And you don't have to breathe hard. You don't have to breathe deeply, but breathe softly. Let your inhales and your exhales be soft and smooth. And once your breath smooths out, can you slow it down and take some slightly longer than normal inhales? So a little bit bigger in breath. Slightly longer exhales. Breathe all of the air out. And then bring your hands together in front of your chest in a prayer position. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your breath soft. We'll just start our class today by chanting one Om together. So take an inhale. And then bow your head down. And bring your hands back to your legs. With your next inhale, lift your head. Let your eyes open again. A little calmer already? A little bit? Okay. We're going to do class today without any props. We don't know who has what props, but for anybody at home that might be wanting to use props, and you can always use a book in place of a brick or a block. If Lord of the Rings here, it's a good block replacement. And other items that you might want to have handy include like a pillow, a firm blanket, just some extra things that may come in handy if you're practicing at home and don't have an equipped yoga studio, because who has that? So let's get started with just some Hastra mudras. So those are some hand and arm positions. So go ahead and change the cross of your legs. So put your other shin in front. Then interlace your fingers. With your fingers interlaced, reach your wrists forward. That's right. Try to keep the webbings of your fingers together, and then look at your elbows and try to make your elbows straight. Usually there's one that straightens a little bit better than the other, so can you make both elbows straight evenly? And keep reaching through your wrist. Reach more through your wrist than through your fingers, Ian. And then take your arms up. This is a pose called Parvatasana in Sukhasana. So mountain pose in this simple cross-legged seat. As you push your wrist up, reach the arms up even longer. Lift your whole body up off your legs. Get tall. And then don't shrink, don't get short. Press your palms. This is called Urdhva Namaskarasana. So it's upward prayer. And then take your arms down. Right. Interlace your fingers again, but put the other thumb on top this time. I know, so like there's usually one way that we interlace our fingers that you just go to normally, right? And then there's one way that you interlace it, but it just feels wrong. Does it feel wrong?
Yeah.
That's the right one. Do the one that feels wrong. Okay? All right, with your fingers interlaced, press your wrists forward. And try not to reach through the fingers, but make your wrists sharp. So you're pushing more through this part of your hand, right here, the heel of your hand. And then go up. Reach your wrist up so much that you got like 5 inches taller. Go up, 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 up. And then don't shrink as you release the fingers and press the palms. Urdhva Namaskarasana, upward prayer. And then take the arms down. All right. Next pose we'll do is called Adho Mukha Virasana. Adho is downward, Mukha means face, and Vira is hero. So downward facing hero's pose. So why don't you face the center of the room, Jillian and Ian? Bring your big toes to touch and separate your knees. And point your toes back. And with your big toes touching and your knees a little bit apart, bring your hips onto your heels. And anybody at home, if your hips don't come all the way to the heels, that's okay. You can certainly, again, let the hips be up, reaching toward the heels, or add height, add a blanket on top of the heels. And then with your hips reaching back, stretch your arms forward. So just as we had in the seated poses, the Parvatasana, reaching the arms up. The Urdhva Namaskarasana, stretching the arms up. Stretch your arms forward here. Crawl your fingertips further and further away to stretch your arms and make your elbows straight. Push your palms down into the mat. Like you were trying to push your hands through the sticky mat, push down hard. Take an inhale. Take a smooth exhalation, relax your face. Reach your hips back without letting your arms come with them. And then come up to all fours. So we stretch the arms. Did you feel your arms stretch? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So your arms were stretching. Keep stretching your arms. Make the muscles of your arms tight so your elbows are straight. And now let's stretch the legs in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Curl your toes under. And with your arms straight, lift your hips up. Lift your hips up high. You can lift your heels up higher so that you can straighten your legs all the way. Squeeze the muscles of your legs to straighten your knees. And then keep the legs stretching as you reach the heels. So start to lower the heels back without bending the knees. Jillian, take your heels down a little bit more. Good. Push your palms and stretch your arms. Take one big inhale. One big exhale. Push the legs back more. Then look forward and walk your feet up to your hands. And bring your hands to your waist and come up to stand. All right. How are we doing? Good. Okay. Tadasana, mountain pose. Standing. Just standing, right? But standing tall. So have your feet straight. So take a look and see if all of your toes point straight forward. I know, like there's usually one foot that doesn't quite point straight forward. Point it straight forward. Good. And now, can you make your legs stretch the way they were stretching in dog pose? Squeeze your muscles onto your bones so that your knees are straight. But relax your face. Squeeze the muscles of the thighs onto the bone to straighten the knees and push your heels down into the floor. Is it working? No?
How are we supposed to push our heels down into the floor if we don't have anything above us to push us down into the floor?
You do. You have a lot. There's a lot of you right above your heels. Don't you think? Like all of you is above your heels.
But how do I push myself more into the ground?
Just think about it. Imagine you're making your heels heavier. Okay? And at the same time that you imagine you make your heels heavier, stretch your arms up. And I know my hands get cut off here in the scene, but do you remember Urdhva Badanguliasana or Parvatasana? Interlace your fingers. Reach the wrists up. Push your feet down and reach your wrist up. And as best you can, I'm just turning to the side so that you can see. Try not to throw your abdomen forward and your bottom back, but try to be in a straight line. I know it's a little tippy. Keep your body in a straight line. Press your palms, upward prayer pose. And now bend your knees for Utkatasana. So sometimes people call this chair pose, but Utkatasana really means fierce pose. Push your heels down. Bend your knees and bend your ankles. Oh, but relax the face. I know it's hard. Bring your fingers in front of your chest. As you inhale, step or take a big jump. Take your feet wide. Stretch your arms and stretch your legs here. Turn your left toes in. And then look how I turn my right leg out. I turn the whole leg up at the hip to face the side. Jill, take a little longer step. Keep going. Okay. Take an inhale here with your 2 straight arms and 2 straight legs. Exhale over to the side. I know they're a little wobbly. Push your feet down. This is called Utthita Trikonasana. Utthita means extended, and Trikonasana means triangle pose. Push your feet down, but also push your feet apart. Try to stretch your sticky nut and make it longer. And then come all the way up to stand. Turn your feet forward. Bring your hands onto your waist. Let the arms rest. Take a little inhale. A little exhale. And stretch the arms. This time, turn your right toes in. Turn your left leg out completely. Up from the hip. Revolve the leg. Keep the leg straight. Keep the arms straight. Exhale. To the side. Go to the left. Extended triangle pose. Utthita Trikonasana. Stretch your arms and stretch your legs. And then pull through your right fingertips to come all the way up to stand. Turn your feet forward. Bring your fingertips together. And then step or jump back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Interlace your fingers. Do the funny way this time. Push the wrists forward. If you can't figure out which is the funny way, just do the way that feels the weirdest.
This feels weird.
Well, you know what I mean, silly. Push the wrists forward, stretch the wrists up. Get tall. And try not to throw your bottom back and your belly forward. Really good. That was really good, Jill. Reach up. And then don't get shorter. Press your palms together. Urdhva Namaskarasana, upward prayer pose. And then go low. Have your weight in your heels. In. Go back a little bit onto your heels. There you go. No, so you have to lean forward a little bit. That's okay, but don't stick your bottom out. Good. Join the fingers. Jump apart. Turn the legs. Turn your left toes in. Turn your right leg out. Bring your right foot toward me, Ian, just a little bit, so your right heel's in line with your left arch. There you go. Take an inhale. Exhale to the side. Utthita Trikonasana. And 2 straight legs and 2 straight arms. And as you push your feet apart to stretch your sticky mat, pull your arms apart to spread your chest. And then come up to stand, turn the feet, take your arms down. 1 inhale, 1 exhale. Stretch your arms. Turn your right toes in. That's a little wide for you, Ian. So I would say take a shorter step by moving your right foot a little closer to your left foot. There you go. That'll be a little more stable. Feel more stable, less happily. Take an inhale and exhale. Come to the side. It's still a little happily, I know. Stretch your arms and spread your chest wide. Push the feet apart and stretch your legs. Lean back a little, Jill. Good. Inhale. Come back up to stand. Turn your feet. Join your fingers. Tadasana. All right, heads toward the center, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stretch your arms and stretch your legs here. And with 2 straight arms and 2 straight legs, push your hands forward and push your legs back. Push the fronts of your legs to the backs of your legs. Push the backs of your legs toward the wall behind you. And bring your knees down. Adho Mukha Virasana. Downward facing hero. And come up to sit. And come to sit with your legs out in front of you for Dandasana, staff pose. So face this way, Jill. I guess it doesn't really matter. So Dandasana, staff pose, because yes, the 2 legs are straight, but also the spine is straight. So if the backs of your legs are a little bit tighter and you're having trouble sitting up straight, now's the time where having a pillow or something might come in handy. You don't have anything handy, you can always just roll a little bit of the sticky mat to add some height underneath your hips so that you can have the 2 straight legs and a long, straight spine.
Well, if you don't have a sticky mat.
You have, well, then you use what you've got, right? Like you could use a towel. What are some other things you could use if you don't have a sticky mat?
You can use a blanket.
You could use a blanket, sure. Yeah, you could use a pillow.
You can make a sticky mat.
That's kind of hard, but maybe. All right, so stretch your 2 legs straight. And then stretch your spine straight by lifting up and sitting tall. You can use your hands next to your hips. Bring your fingertips onto the mat next to your hips. And as you push your fingertips down, try to lift your chest up more. And for this one, reach your heels forward. Reach your heels forward and push your legs into the floor. Now, try not to let your heels come up. You know, for some people, the knees allow the heels to come up, but keep pushing the backs of your heels down. Right, like this little part right here wants to come up a little. That happened to your leg? Yeah, mine too. Push that down. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
From Dandasana to simple cross legs. Can we do it without using hands? Maybe, we'll see. Cross your legs. Stretch the legs forward. Do you remember which leg was in front?
Mm-hmm.
All right, put the other one in front. And stretch forward. Cross the shins. Stretch the legs forward. Cross the shins. Bring your hands to rest on your thighs. Right, the next pose is Virasana. So we had Adho Mukha Virasana, downward facing hero. This is just Virasana, hero's pose. It's a seated pose where you sit between the heels. And so here my knees are together, my feet are apart, and I come to sit between the heels. This can be hard for a lot of knees. So if it's too much for your knees, you can certainly take Vajrasana where you sit on top of the heels, or you can add some height under the buttocks as needed. It's very important here that your knees don't hurt, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so come to kneel. Have your knees together and your feet apart. And then I'll just sit. Let's see, so have your Ian come forward again and have all of your toes pointed straight back. There you go. How do your knees feel okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if the knees don't touch, that's okay, as long as the thighs are running straight with each other. Right, and again, if you get here and there's pain in the knees, then you come out immediately. Don't tolerate anything hurting in the knees. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you were in this pose and the knees were hurting, you could come out. You would add height. And if you just weren't able to find a position that was workable, you could return to your simple cross-legged seat. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. So from Virasana, Parvatasana, interlace the fingers, reach up. Change the interlace of the fingers. Push up through the wrists. And take the arms down. Come to lie on your stomach. Lie on your stomach, face the center of the room for Shalabhasana. So Shalabhasana is locust pose. You can turn the other way, so your head is toward Jill, not your feet. There you go. Lying on your stomach. Yep. Bring your arms alongside your body. Turn the palms up toward the ceiling. Again, just as we had in Utkatasana, in fierce pose earlier, take the buttock away from the low back so your bottom doesn't fly up, but take your bottom back toward your heels. Stretch your chest forward, lift your shoulders, lift your legs. Ooh, straight legs, buddy. I know. Lift your shoulders, lift your arms, lift your legs. I know, like a locust, like a grasshopper flying. Yeah? And then lower everything down. Turn your head to one side, take a little rest. And again, bring your forehead to the mat. Take your bottom away from your back. Bottom toward your legs as you lift the legs. Stretch your tummy forward. Stretch your abdomen forward as you reach your chest. Two straight legs, Ian. Lift your arms. Lower everything down. And one more time. Forehead to the mat. Reach your bottom back. Pull your stomach forward. Pull your stomach toward your chest and reach your chest toward the wall you're facing as you lift your shoulders, lift the legs, lift the arms. Let your neck relax a little bit more in so that your neck isn't, so you're not like a Pez dispenser, but your neck is still long. And then lower everything down. Roll over onto your back. Come to lie on your back for Shavasana, final resting pose. So arrange yourself so that you're flat and that you're straight. Let your arms rest alongside your body. Turn your palms up. Let the legs relax and allow your feet to flop open. And with your eyes closed, come back to the smooth inhale, smooth exhale. So they don't have to be particularly long or deep breaths, but smooth, soft breathing. And with each exhalation, do a little bit less. Let your body become heavier. One leg at a time, bend your knees. Take your right arm overhead so that you can rest on your arm as you roll to your right side. Sure. And then come back up to sit. And join your palms. Lift the front of yourself up, sit nice and tall. Reverence to the divine within you. Namaste.
Namaste.
So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. It's amyrunnels@gmail.com. If you're in the neighborhood and want a copy of the Yoga Shastra, the children's book that we're working on it for the next couple of weeks, just shoot me a message and I can leave a copy for you on the doorstep. All right, have a wonderful afternoon and enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for joining us.